Hello everyone, I'm Bishi, and tonight we're playing some more Ace Attorney. We are continuing Dual Destinies with Apollo and the gang. We are starting a new case tonight, which I'm excited for. It's called the Cosmic Turnabout. I'm just excited because it's a new case. I'm just excited to do something different. So last time we completed the high school case, I guess. It was all right. It was okay. I liked the yokai case more. So I'm curious to see what we're gonna get to see with this new one. I think we'll just go ahead and start. Shall we? Yes, okay. Let's do it. Back to the destroyed room. The courtroom bombing incident. A terrible attack launched by the will of a madman. That incident perfectly symbolized the state of the legal world in this dark age of the law. Mr. Wright brought it to a resolution of sorts. Did he set things right? What happened last time? I'm gone for one stream and Nick blows up the courtroom. It wasn't his fault. Ted Tenate was discovered to be the one responsible for the bombing. See? If only it were that simple. Somehow, I can't help but think. I don't like his smile. Welcome in, we're normal. I can't help but feeling that there's a darker influence at work. One that's lurking in the shadows. Waiting. Watching. That's why I want to review the trial that was taking place when the bombing occurred. After all, I've got more than a few personal stakes in it. Dramatic music. Episode 4, The Cosmic Turnabout. Oh, it really is going to be cosmic.
One hour remaining until launch. Please begin your final equipment check.
Are we going to space?
Check complete. Everything's A-okay. We're ready here whenever you are.
Houston, we don't have a problem. Never mind, we do have a problem.
Come in, Act 2. Come in. Do you copy?
I have terrible timing. Oh no. So, is this gonna be the case where if an astronaut kills another astronaut with a rock over the head, is that fucked up or what? I forget how it goes. No. A stabbed astronaut. We didn't even get to go to space. We didn't get to go. They stabbed him before we got to. Damn it all. Anyway, welcome in, Panda. I've got to clean my glasses real quick. I forgot. And everything's a little blurry. So give me a second. I can just barely read chat. And you're only a foot away from me. My eyes are very bad. Who here wears glasses? Like prescription glasses. And how bad are ye eyes? Like, mine aren't the worst, but, God, I don't know what the strongest prescription is. I'm curious about that, but, mine are like something like 4. I think they're both like -4. Around there. I have to wear glasses to drive. Welcome in, Oni. Pretty bad. I can make out shapes without them, but everything's blurry. Yeah. You know, I have to like work at not getting freaked out when I have my glasses off and I'm looking at someone's face from far away, because it looks It looks kind of creepy if you look at someone long enough and their face is all blurry. I don't know, maybe I'm just a scaredy cat. Cosmic lawyering in space? I wish. Ted Tonight is just Nick's other name in this TED Talk. Uh-huh. In this TED Talk, I will prove that Nick is the real villain. Video in his wrestling outfit and I know. We can also talk about that. I was thinking of streaming the state of play before we started the game, but apparently there wasn't like too much I probably would want to stream anyway, so it's fine. I don't have to stream all the different game announcements. They didn't show who did the murder this time. That's true. They usually just show us from the beginning, which I do think is a little like hand-holdy. I don't know. I like when it was misleading. You would see someone holding a gun and then it actually wasn't that person, you know? A stabbing? All those crazy fucked up ways to kill someone in space and you choose a stabbing. To be fair, they weren't quite in space yet. They were just going on the ship, I guess. And it blew up. Like, did they blow up the ship so they could stab someone? That just seems kind of silly. I don't know. You could stab them when you're not on the spaceship. Someone stole my glasses while I was in college and had to go a few days without them. It was not a fun time. Oh my god. Yeah, like you can survive for a little bit without them, you know, based on what you said. You can kind of see, but like you can't read anything from far away probably, like the sign on a door or driving even. Always forget to clean my glasses till I'm driving and it distracted me from the— oh no. That's the worst, yeah. And then it's dangerous. Welcome in, Conquer. All right, we're here. December 16, 9:12 a.m. District Court Defendant Lobby number 5. Time for another trial to begin. We're just jumping in, but this one's different. It's cosmic. Sorry to bother you, but— oh, you're back! Are you alright, Apollo? Was I making a scary face just now? Hi, Juniper. Yes, I'm fine. I was just doing my cords of steel exercises. Now I'm all ready to go! Yes, knowing you, I'm sure you'll be just fine. Oh, I brought you a present from my garden. A lotus root? Is this a lotus root? That's right. My grandma says lotus root is good for your eyes. She even says that if you look through the holes, it can help you see into the future. We were just talking about glasses. How did it know? It's for good luck. Maybe later you can cook it and— thanks for this. I'm gonna have some right now. He's just gonna bite into it? Oh my. Kinda tough though. You can't eat it raw, but thank you for the enthusiastic try. Oops. If she didn't think me weird before, she will now. I've got to calm down. She likes him weird, obviously. Apollo, I'm sorry I'm late. Hi, Thena. Junie, I didn't know you were coming today. Did you come to cheer Apollo on? Oh, I get it. You sly little thing, you. Thena, stop! Embarrassing her. Quit kidding around, Athena. The trial's about to start any second. Is everything all set? Oh. Apollo. When will you ever figure it out? Figure out what? Wow. That was the longest sigh I've ever heard. That was a sigh? Oh my god. It's the other astronaut. This is it. It's all over for me. They're gonna find me guilty. This is our client. One Mr. Solomon Saul Starbuck. Yeah, he was made to be an astronaut, huh? He's a very famous astronaut who happens to be an acquaintance of mine. How do you know this guy? You wouldn't know it right now, but he's usually a very upbeat and driven person. Is this his friend? The scene of the crime this time happened to be the Cosmos Space Center. You thought it was Larry? No. Maybe this is his Larry. Back in high school, my best friend and I went there almost a little too much. That's where we met Mr. Starbuck. We'd ask about space travel, and he'd launch into story after story with so much passion. Back in those days, the man was 100% my hero. I don't think this was the friend he was talking about. Are you sure you're okay with being my lawyer, Apollo? Of course I'm sure. I know you, Mr. Starbuck. I know you're not the type to commit murder. Thanks, but... I was supposed to be in space right about now. He's so depressed, it almost seems like an act. Wait. That's gonna be my new suspicious sound. The launch getting called off must have been a huge shock. I'll probably never get the chance to go into space again. Don't say that. Don't stop believing. I'm not gonna do it. I'm resisting. I'm not gonna do it. Besides, you just have to go into space again. Yeah, I don't think I could face Clay in the afterlife if I just rotted away in a cell. Clay Tehran. I can't believe he was murdered. Why is it always the hot ones? Just kidding. Let me catch up a chat here. How was the summit? The RGG summit was amazing. I uploaded my reaction to one of the announcements already today to YouTube. The rest of the stream is going to be uploaded in the next few days. I'm still working on editing it. It will... I might work on it after stream to finish it so that I can get it uploaded for tomorrow. We shall see. Glasses. Where? I don't know. I've never needed glasses before. My eyes are perfect. My eyes are genetically superior. I can see so far. I can see atoms. Yeah. His hair looks like the top of a rocket. It does. I was trying to think why they made his hair look like that. Yeah, maybe he's Larry's cousin. Long-lost cousin. I also thought he was Larry. I'm telling you, this is Apollo's Larry. You better hold on to the feeling. Oh god, no, no. My special eyes. Dark Tides. Yeah, that was really interesting. Completely unexpected. I think that's gonna be fun. Like, Mayne's not even my favorite character, but I think that he's a very, very interesting villain. Probably one of the most interesting villains, honestly, in the series, from what I can remember right now. Definitely a fan favorite. He's a lot of people's favorite, and very, very popular. So I think it does make sense. I'm not looking forward to so much Kanda, but I'm okay with Mine. Yeah, I'm excited for all the mini games they've added and all the new content and everything. We talked a lot about it yesterday. Like I said, I'll upload my YouTube video with all my thoughts pretty soon. Pretty soon. Can't believe he was murdered. I mean, he was such a promising astronaut under your command. Yeah, he was a good guy. Always there to pick me up when I was down. And let me stab him when I was getting angry. I don't know if he did it. No one loved life as much as him, that's for sure. He was always so full of energy, telling me, "You're fine, Mr. Starbuck." How could something like this happen to a guy like him, huh? I've never seen Mr. Starbuck so down. Clay's gone, and I'm going to prison. I wish I could burn up like a shooting star right now. Mr. Starbuck, you'll be fine. Ah! Oh, what is it? What's with the yelling? I'll get to the bottom of this today. You'll see. And in exchange, I want you to go back into space for you and Clay. Promise? Does that mean you have lots of evidence to prove my innocence? Oh, funny you bring that up. About that. We didn't get to investigate the area as much as I'd have... Oh. It's gonna be like that, is it? Sorry, I have my sound off because of the cutscene earlier. Okay. We didn't get to investigate the area as much as I'd have liked, thanks to the police. I'm done for. I'm a goner. Everybody thinks I did it. Thought I was gonna soar like a comet.
Pinky.
Soar like a pinky. But I'm just gonna crash like a meteorite. No, don't say that, Mr. Starbuck. Don't count yourself out yet. I know it's hard to lose a teammate, but you've got to keep going. And what about you, Apollo? What about me? I was just thinking, wasn't Clay your best friend? What? We need to focus on the trial right now. Are you all ready to go? No! Your friend? A close friend of mine? No! What if he did kill him? What if he stabbed him with his pointy hair? And then put a knife so it looked like the knife did it? Just like the arrow from the last case. Are you all ready to go? Apollo. I feel like this is like conflict of interest. Like, we should not be doing this. But you know what? What was I gonna say? Oh. I was gonna say, almost every case has conflict of interest, because even the last case, Athena was representing her friend. Now we're involved in a case where our friend died. Oh my god. Yes, quite an entrance. Welcome in, PC Man. His whole head is a rocket. Okay, I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. Just throw me out. The trial's about to begin. If the defense will please proceed to the courtroom and stop being weird. Okay, here we go. This is it. This is one trial I can't afford to lose. Chat, can I help you? No, but I meant it that way. For Clay's sake and our clients, I will find Clay's killer. No, we're good. We've got it. Okay, that's good. Nobody can help us. You're beyond help, chat. December 16th, 9:55 a.m. Court is now in session. All rise and slay. Court is now in session for the trial of Solomon Starbuck. The defense is ready, Your Honor. I forgot he was still injured. He's involved in a case where his friend died and injured from a bombing. Well, no, he didn't even get hurt from the bombing. He got hurt from, or wait, didn't he? Didn't he get hurt from the bombing and then he got attacked by the bomber and now his friend is dead? This has got to be the worst year of this guy's life. Excuse me, Mr. Justice? Yes, Your Honor? What happened to your eye? I'm fine. The defense is ready, Your Honor. Are you sure? I don't think having one eye would be helpful here. You might need both of them. I'm fine, Your Honor. The defense is ready. I'm sorry, Your Honor. He's been like this since yesterday. He keeps insisting it's just a sty. I suppose it's something he doesn't want to discuss. Maybe he's entering a touchy age. He like 20-something? Hold on, how old are you? It doesn't say, because he's the protagonist. Okay, never mind. I forget. Very well. And the prosecution? Yeah, Logan, yeah, let me guess who it is. Yep. The prosecution appears to be ready as well.
Silence.
Not yet. I'm not quite ready yet. Ah! Oh, you were just breaking out of the chains early. Ah! What, is that the bombing case? The prosecution is now ready. Apollo's 23. Okay. Well, it didn't take him long this time. What's up with Blackwell? Now then, I shall give the opening statement.
Silence.
I'll do it. Oh, now you'll... When the judge is totally willing to do it, now you want to do it. Whatever. Whatever. Could you loan me $1 million? I can't even give you $1, man. Lawyer Majima. Hey, there was a crossover. There was a crossover with Ace Attorney and Yakuza. Now, Majima wasn't a lawyer. I think you play as Phoenix and you represent Majima. Worst year so far. Oh. Oh no. Prosecutor has a bird. What's wrong with one eye? True. Yeah, Project X Zone 2. Exactly. Alright. I'll do it. You will? What an unexpected surprise! This time, I can't leave it to anyone else. I see. Something's off with the two of you today. I don't like it. I want to go home. You both seem different somehow. Very well. Prosecutor Blackwell, your opening statement, if you would. It was just yesterday. The crimes in question occurred at the Cosmos Space Center. Ah, the famous Federal Research Facility of all things related to astrology, right? Astronomy. It's astronomy. Anyway, a rocket was set to launch from there. But at 9:28 a.m., before they could even move the rocket to the launch site... Hold on. I forgot to get my notes ready! There we go. Alright, we've got a time. So, 9:28 a.m. Victim is Apollo's friend. And defendant is... what would we call him? Not a role model. They looked up to him? Acquaintance, I guess. Acquaintance. Alright, what happened? Before they could move the rocket to the launch site. Kaboom! 2 explosive devices were detonated, and the launch was cancelled. Interesting. We've got a lot of explosions in this game. Okay. My word! 2 bombs? How dreadful. The defendant in today's trial is charged with both the bombing and with murder. One Mr. Solomon Starbuck. For whatever inane reason, he detonated a bomb on the rocket he himself would be in. Solomon Starbuck? I recognize that name. Isn't he that famous astronaut? Correct, your baldness. Mr. Starbuck was the pilot of the HAT-1 rocket 7 years ago. As you may recall, despite some interstellar trouble, his mission was a success. Maybe he's actually an alien. Some say it was a miracle he returned alive. I suppose you could say he's a living legend. Oh, I remember now. He's become something of an international celebrity, right? Mankind's hope for the future. I've got to make it back alive. The HAT-1 miracle. Come along on a captivating space odyssey that will take your breath away. They even turned that incident into a movie and everything. Oh. His hair is different, though. We've got a real space pioneer in court today. But even heroes tumble from their lofty heights. Returning to the subject at hand. Ah, yes. The victim was one Mr. Clay Turan, a subordinate of the defendant. Indeed, a loyal disciple brutally stabbed to death by his mentor. Stabbed to death, you say? You mean his death wasn't a result of the bombing? Correct. Despite his lofty dreams, the victim was seen as an interloper by the defendant. And so, he was sent not into space, but to the universe which we mortals cannot see. Play. I think I have heard enough. The case seems pretty clear-cut at this point. However, there's one thing I am curious about. That metal box next to the witness stand. Yeah, I noticed that. What purpose does it serve exactly? Since you asked so nicely. It's your coffin. Huh? Ah! Have mercy on me! I jest. It's evidence. JK, lol. Due to its immense size, we've little choice but to lay it where it rests now. We shall get to the contents of the box in due time. Phew. I feel like I just lost 50 years off my life. I think you should just be dead then. Does he even have 50 years left? Exactly! Inner monologue, Athena! Inner monologue! Enough jabbering. Why did I think he was pulling out a gun? Like... Bobby Fulbright's the name, and justice we trust! Ah, Detective Fulbright. Very well, then. Please explain the details of this incident to the court, if you would. On it! First, let's take a look at this pamphlet from the Cosmos Space Center in just a moment while I catch up with my chat. They did the first time? Oh, Apollo and Athena thought he was pulling out a gun the first time. It just looks like that. Scary. You're the law guy who saved my ass. Told me not to punch the judge. That was good advice. Is that a quote from Majima? Okay, you don't represent him. You just learned that Majima was represented by Phoenix. Oh, okay, so I guess you're not playing as him? I don't know. I think I see what you mean. I wish that you would actually represent him. It's Dead Souls Majima. Yeah, isn't it? Specifically that one. You think the judge follows astrology? Okay, what do we think? What do we think the judge is? What's his star sign? What do y'all think? I'm not an astrology expert. We could look up some basic tropes real quick if you want. I love Blackwell's paralegal, yes. Para-eagle. Ah ha 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 ha. That was a good one, Wolf. Immense size. This judge gets dumber with age. Then he's a goner. Welcome in, Joey. Basically, you have a ton of characters you have to find roles for. Never played it, but saw a Let's Play. Oh, okay. Imagine representing a Yakuza. Oh my god. His star sign is cheese. Okay. I don't know, one of them. Wow. Y'all don't even want to put one brain cell in the ring to try and figure out who the judge has as what the judge has an astrology sign. Okay, let's see. Astrology sign tropes. Which is the dumbest one? I'm just kidding. Oh. Let's see. This page is taking too long. Okay, let's see. Aries are... Oh, brother. Maybe Twitch doesn't want me to bother doing this bit. Censorship! They vetoed it. Yeah, okay, we're not doing the bit. That's my sign. That's my sign to not do the bit. Forget it. Someone said Libra. I guess we'll go with that. I'm not enough of an expert. Okay. On it! First, take a look at this pamphlet from the Cosmos Space Center. In it, you'll find a diagram outlining the overall layout of the Space Center. Here we are. For a more detailed look at what's on the left side of this building. Take a look at this cross-section that we, the police, have created. See the launch pad in the main building? The launch pad is the square building, and the rounded structure is the main building. Right? You got it. Wait, did someone else say that? I'm sorry, that was the judge. The launch pad is the square one, and the rounded one is the main one. That's right, Judge. Good job. The incidents took place in Launch Pad 1 and in the main building's lounge. Okay. I'll be using this diagram during my testimony. It'll make it easier to understand. Wow. I can't believe we didn't get an investigation yet. We're just going straight into court. What the heck? Which shares a sign with the judge. Yeah, that's why. We're talking trash about the star sign. Boom, boom! Just before the rocket was set to launch, 2 bombs went off. Kaboom, kaboom! One on the 2nd floor of the Space Center's main building and one in Launch Pad 1. Oh. Interesting. Okay, so... they happened in 2F of main building and launch pad. Okay. Thankfully, only the 2 astronauts were in Launch Pad 1 at the time. The 2 of them managed to make it back as far as the boarding lounge. But after the escape, one of the 2 was found stabbed to death. Okay. So the victim and defendant were at the launch pad, then ran to the lobby. Okay, weird. A murder on top of a bombing. Detective, the victim was already dead by the time you arrived at the lounge, correct? Yep. Thinking he'd sabotage the bombing, the defendant killed him right there in the rocket. Just look at this tragic photo. Oh my god. Oh my! Is that a knife in the victim's chest? Seeing if there's anything weird. I wonder what that thing is over there. Looks like he's missing a glove. That's weird. Okay. Let's see. Victim in photo missing a glove on right hand. Okay. Oh, sorry! I pressed the wrong button. Sorry. Yes, Your Honor. It's the knife that cruelly ended this young man's dreams. God, it looks like an X-Acto knife, but I think it's just a little pocket knife. We couldn't get any prints off it, though, because the defendant was in his spacesuit. Utility knife added to the court record. The victim's blood was found on its blade, but no fingertips. Okay. Or fingerprints, sorry. No prints on weapon. Okay. By the way, Detective Fulbright, why are the victim's helmet and right glove absent in this photo? Oh yeah. The helmet's gone too. We had to remove them to identify him, Your Honor. Oh, they took off the glove? I personally removed his glove during the investigation. We had to get his fingerprints to confirm his identity after all. Yes, it would be very difficult to identify him without a face or fingerprints. Now, there's just one more thing I'd like to inquire about. What is this round thing next to the victim in this photo? Okay. Helmet and glove were taken off during investigation. ID victim. Okay. These are going to be important later. You gotta know that, you know? What's the round thing? Something so important to the victim, he took it with him as he escaped the launch pad. A capsule that apparently contains asteroid samples. While obviously valuable for research purposes, it has no relation to the case. Are we sure about that? I see. So, we know that the bomb in the main building was on the 2nd floor. But where was the bomb that was in Launch Pad 1 located? That one was on the rocket itself. It was situated around the central part of the rocket. Apparently, the area around the launch pad's elevator was a sea of flames. I would like to submit this diagram report into the record. Okay, there we go. The explosion sparked a fire on the second floor of the main building and the middle level of the launch pad near the elevator. The trials just started and we're already in a bind. We get used to it. Besides, that's what cross-examination is for, right? What the two astronauts were doing during the bombing. That'll be the key. Just before the rocket was set to launch, 2 bombs went off. Boom, boom.
Hold it!
Boom. I'm sorry, let me make it a more immersive experience for all of you. It sounded just like that. How powerful were the explosions? Well, the one in the main building wasn't strong enough to bring the place down. But the room it went off in was burned black. Thankfully, nobody was hurt. Due in large part, of course, to me, stepping up to lead the evacuation. Wait, what were you doing there in the first place, Detective Fulbright? I'm Bobby Fulbright, hero of justice. I'll be there wherever and whenever people need my help. I'd go to the other side of the world or even the edge of the universe. I'm not sure he knows how far that actually is. But I guess I'll leave that one alone. Admirable decision, Justice Donut. Huh? What did he decide? Anyway, could you describe what it was like at the Space Center at the time? The bomb cut the power to the central bank of elevators in the 3rd floor lounge. It was pitch black in there, I tell you. However, the security cameras and whatnot were running on emergency backup. And how did the evacuation go? I immediately and heroically whisked people down to the Space Center's basement shelter. The basement shelter? Yes, there's an emergency shelter beneath the Space Center. An emergency shelter, huh? Here it is. It's at the bottom of the diagram. Okay. So, Fulbright helped people evacuate to the basement shelter. I guess? Okay. The Space Center is pretty impressive to have its own shelter. Bombs went off despite tight security. Police officers and riot police who had been standing by gave the evacuation instructions. Okay. Power outage and evacuation seem unrelated to the murder at this point. I guess I'll leave that aside for now. So there were 2 explosions in total, correct? Yep, that's right. One on the 2nd floor of the main building, and one in Launchpad.
Hold it!
Let me get this straight. Mr. Starbuck rigged a rocket he was going to board with explosives? Huh? What are you talking about? If the defendant really did plant the bomb on his own rocket, he would get caught in the explosion as well. Oh, I hadn't thought of that. Of course you hadn't. Fine. A simpleton for a simpleton. Fulbright, the motive. Understood. The defendant actually had astrophobia. Astrophobia? What's that? A fear of space, naturally. Just the thought of space can cause the afflicted to freeze up. You know, I was thinking if this guy did the bombs, it probably would have been because he doesn't want to go back to space. He doesn't want to go. Astrophobia. Interesting. Welcome in, Anna. How you doing? Hope the rest of the RGG Summit went well. Yes, we watched the Direct as well, which showed more stuff. I don't remember if you were there for that part. Oh my god, it looks so fun. There's like new mini games they're adding and like so much stuff you can do as like a dad with Kiryu and all the kids, and it's just so sweet. Oh my god. Okay, you saw the lesbian gays. Yeah, let's go. Right, you were there for that. I forgot. Yeah, I don't know what we did after the Direct. I think we just kind of hung out. We watched a Kojima trailer and stuff. But anyway, overall, it was great yesterday. It's very fun. Very exciting and hype. I feel like I'm still tired from yesterday. Honestly. I aged 2 years. My heart couldn't take it. Biker lesbians, yes. Let's see. He had a fear of space. Just the thought of space can cause the afflicted to freeze up. And so, in his terror, the defendant found a way to stop the launch at the last minute. That's absurd. Unfortunately for you, we have evidence. Take a look at these. What are they? These anti-anxiety tablets were found among the defendant's possessions. So the man's got anxiety? You think he killed someone? Apparently, he was taking them in secret to quell his fears. There were a multitude of problems with the rocket Mr. Starbuck rode 7 years ago. Rumor has it threatened to crash a number of times as well. That was, of course, very traumatic for him.
Objection!
That doesn't mean he would go so far as to blow up his own ship.
Silence!
The defendant couldn't bear to mar his good name, now could he? No, not after the media had branded him Sol Starbuck, space pioneer extraordinaire. But he could have just retired. Given these conditions, the defendant could hardly run away like some base mutt. What, so that's why you think he resorted to the bombing? Naturally. He constructed this act of sabotage in an attempt to blow up the Space Center, which would effectively abort the launch, but spare his reputation. Seems pretty intricate for something like that. Now I'm sure you understand why we have to bring justice down on this atrocious criminal. Okay. So they think the motive is defendant is scared of space, but wants to save face. So he blew up... God, I'm making up a rhyme. So he blew up the ship. And we don't know why he killed the guy yet. Okay. Such a weird motive they're thinking of. Thankfully, only the 2 astronauts were in Launchpad 1 at the time.
Hold it!
Are you sure it was only the 2 of them? It was just before the spaceship was set to launch, so of course it was only those 2. Well, there could have been somebody else inside the rocket.
Silence!
The notion of a third party in Launchpad 1 is utterly absurd. Just to enter the area from the lounge, one must pass through a door guarded by a fingerprint recognition device. Oh, interesting. So a fingerprint device on the door blocks people from getting to the ship. Okay. And allow me to state up front that there are precious few with the clearance to do so. A fingerprint recognition device? Sounds as futuristic and complex as a space center. Actually, it's not as amazing as you think, Your Honor. Take a look at this photo. This is the door in the lounge with the fingerprint lock. Only personnel whose fingerprints are registered can pass through. I see. That is very different from what I had in mind. Is there a record of the number of people that passed through the door that day? Yes, there were only 3. The defendant, the victim, and the director of the Space Center, Yuri Cosmos. Okay. Only 3 people went through the door that day. Victim, defendant, and Space Center director. Yuri Cosmos. What a name. And doesn't that mean it's possible that the director is the one who did it? Not a chance. He was in the main building when the bombs exploded at 9:28. Doing his job directing the launch. Okay. They're saying, director... I mean, you can detonate a bomb remotely. What does his location have to do with it? Director was in the main building when the bombs went off. Directing the launch. Yeah, he's a director. He directs. I get it. Okay. Besides having an alibi, he has no motive for committing these senseless acts. He has a point. I guess the director can't be considered a suspect then. Oh, don't get ahead of yourself now. A biometric door lock operated by fingerprint recognition. Only the defendant, the victim, and the director had access. Two of them managed to make it back as far as the boarding lounge. Whoops.
Hold it!
So, while it would appear that the pair barely escaped with their lives, in actuality, one of them had already been murdered inside the rocket. So we know for sure that's where he died? That's the angle the prosecution wants to push, correct? You got it. In fact, that's what I've been trying to say this whole time. If the victim had been alive, he would have for sure tried to stop the bombing. Is there any chance Mr. Turan could have been killed before he boarded the rocket? They were both alive and well at boarding time and embarked under their own power. Their hearts full of hopes and dreams of space. And then both of their hopes and dreams were dashed. If I may continue my explanation, after the evacuation order was given, the defendant made his escape, carrying the victim to make it look like a rescue. But after the escape, one of the two was found stabbed to death.
Hold it!
And who was the first to find the victim? Actually, there were two of them. The Space Center director, Yuri Cosmos, and Detective Candace Arm. That's the lady from the first case that was killed by the bomber. So we're still in a flashback right now. Yeah, can disarm. Yes. I thought he said their heads were full of space. Pinned message. Can disarm. Do this. Okay, so victim's body found by director. We're suspicious of director now. At least I am. And Detective Candace Arm. The best of the best. Who is now dead in the current timeline. I'm so confused with the timeline right now because we were like in the current time and then we did like a flashback. And now we're still in the past. I don't know. Oh, that was an accident. Okay. I was gonna say like, what? My cat stepped on the computer. People wanted that message pinned. People liked that. Alright, Detective Candace Arm. One of them was a detective? Yep, Detective Arm specializes in bombings, you see. She and the director were ordering the evacuation following the explosions. They were also worried about the astronauts, so they hurried over to the boarding lounge. That's when they discovered the victim, along with the defendant. Two witnesses, huh? One of them is a detective. I doubt either one would have anything to say that would help me. I think that pretty much covers the details of the case. Only the victim and the defendant were on the launch pad when the former was killed. If this is the truth, then only Mr. Starbuck could have carried out the crime. What little I could get out of him only hurt my case. Justice Dono. Foolish is the warrior who rushes headlong into battle. Preparation is an essential element of battle, so I advise you to take a gander at this. What is it? Footage from a security camera. As the two astronauts emerged from the bowels of the Launch Pad 1 corridor. The boarding lounge security camera captured their desperate escape. I don't see the knife yet. Now, I would direct your attention to what the defendant is shouldering, which you can see is none other than the lifeless body of the victim. I don't even see the knife stabbing his belly, though. Okay, we have security cam photo from The astronauts escaping through the lounge, I guess. No knife visible. I wonder if that 50 is for, like, oxygen? I don't know why it's on. They weren't in space yet. And then with the helmets, you can't really know who's who, actually. And then... like, what if it's actually swapped? Maybe they got the samples. Okay. Oh. What? Order! Order, I say! This lines up exactly with what the prosecution has been asserting. Should have known Black Bull would have something like this ready. Okay, hold on. Let's take a look at everything, okay? So we got the autopsy. Stabbing. I think I just realized the guy's pun. Clay, Tehran. Like Tehran is Terra, Earth. Clay, Earth. He never did get to go to space. You know what they should do? They should send his body up into space. So he can finally go. You know? I think he'd like that. Alright, so we've got camera video, added the court record. Well, let me look at everything. So, this is the photo. Yeah, so the knife is like right over the logo pretty much. Okay. Cause of death, stabbing. The victim was discovered in the 3rd floor boarding lounge in the main building. Okay. Cross-section view of the main building of the Space Center and the launch pad. Got that. Explosion sparked a fire. Blah, 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 blah. Okay. The bombs went off despite tight security. Yeah. Police officers and riot police gave evacuation instructions immediately. There was a power outage, and the affected areas remained dark. The security system switched over to emergency power and continued to work. Evacuees moved to the basement shelter. Okay. Only the prints of Director Cosmos, Starbuck, and Tehran are authorized. An independent security company manages the usage records. Backup power allows it to function even when the power goes out. So that power outage is going to be important. Attempts to use print recognition are also recorded via security camera. So even if it's not successful, it'll be recorded with a camera. Okay. Interesting. Video showing the defendant and victim's escape from the corridor to the boarding lounge. I don't see a knife. Oh, wait. Do I? It's hard to see, honestly. I see something. It's so dark. I don't think that's meant to be the knife, though. It's like a light gray line. I don't know what it is, but it's not super obvious that he's been stabbed. Honestly, you just can't see at all. Like when someone gets a message of too many access attempts and it took a photo of their cat. You've been locked out of your phone for 10 years. Good luck. Apollo? How exactly did they determine that Clay was already gone in that footage? Right? I see what you mean. Whether Clay was still alive at that point is pretty crucial. Okay, we don't have a time of death, I don't think. Your Honor, please take another look at the footage. Isn't it possible that Mr. Tehran was still alive here and that Mr. Starbuck was helping him? Why, I believe you're right. One man carrying the other to safety. What a beautiful expression of friendship.
Silence.
Perhaps that's what it looks like to a one-eyed hothead and a dotard. But it only makes sense if it's the victim's dead body. What do you mean? Fulbright. Explain it to Justice Dono. You got it. Ready, kid? If the murder had occurred in the lounge, someone could have spotted it. Anyone can enter the lounge, after all. But doing it while they were alone in the spaceship, that's a horse of a different color.
Objection!
That's conjecture. But you can't deny that there's a possibility the murder could have happened in the lounge. All that video shows is a man helping his fellow astronaut.
Silence!
Your assertion is based on emotion. It's based in your belief that Mr. Starbuck would surely help his own disciple. But you have no logical explanation as to why the victim could still be alive. Yeah, we do. Unfortunately, Mr. Justice, the prosecution is right. Your argument is lacking in sound logic. But it sounded perfectly logical to me. Well, Mr. Justice, if you have no further objections, I believe it's time to bring this cross-examination to a close. Objections? Well,
Hold it!
Your Honor, the defense requests a little time to think and regroup. Given the facts, I'm not sure I see the need. What is it, Athena? It's just... there's something that's been bothering me. But isn't the defense stalling for time, as always? Very well. I'm feeling generous. You may have a small measure of time. Yes. You have 5 seconds. 5 seconds?! After that, I declare this cross-examination to be closed and a verdict to be rendered. Your baldness, raise your gavel high. It's time for a countdown. Oh! Oh! Ready? We don't have time. Spit it out, Athena. Only 3 more seconds. Look, I don't think the prosecution's explanation is very complete. Meaning? Meaning there's something missing. Like, they conveniently left it unexplained. Something they didn't explain. Something they didn't explain. Ah, you're right. I think I know what you're talking about. Your 5 seconds are up, Mr. Justice. Is there anything about the prosecution's argument that you would like to rebut? Yes, Your Honor. Actually, there is. There is something the prosecution has yet to make clear to the court. But if you put it that way, what is it that the prosecution has failed to explain? Okay, they did not fail to explain the motive for the murder. They have very much done that. So it's going to be why the body was moved. Okay. They have failed to explain why Mr. Starbuck would bother bringing the body back at all. If the defendant wanted to kill the victim, why didn't he just leave his body in the rocket? Why go through the trouble of bringing him all the way back to the boarding lounge? Oh, that's true. I don't think we've heard the prosecution's thoughts on that yet. That's because they have none, Your Honor. After all, how does one explain something so illogical? The prosecution is claiming that the defendant moved the victim's dead body. But what if the entire premise of that argument is wrong? Then let's hear your theory, Mr. Justice. The defense proposes that the defendant didn't kill the victim. He was helping him. Fulbright, explain it for our sad friend here before I nod off to his monotone monologue. Inform him exactly why Space Boy moved the victim. Huh? They've got to be joking. It's simple. Mr. Starbuck did what he did to direct suspicion away from himself. He wanted to create the impression he heroically risked his life to save his partner. That's why he made sure to make it to the security camera so there'd be a record. At the very least, he appears to have achieved success with you and the old man. One man carrying the other to safety. A beautiful expression of friendship. The average person wearing a spacesuit weighs easily over 200 pounds. Saving the life of a partner who weighs as much while trying to escape deadly flames. What a dramatic sob story fit for the silver screen. Okay, with the spacesuit on, they weigh around 200. Okay. Indeed, I was completely taken in by the humanity of the story. You see, yet the true ending is that all traces of his hammy act were meant to be blown up. Yes, and now we arrive at the thrilling conclusion. The third explosion. Huh?
Objection!
What are you talking about? There was no third explosion.
Silence!
Indeed, you are correct. But that is thanks to Detective Arm. It was she who identified and secured the bomb. Oh, there was a third one. However, it doesn't change the fact that the third bomb was discovered in the lounge. Okay, so they're saying defendant moved the body. And then they have a bomb in the lounge. A steel coffin beside the witness stand. That would be a bomb transport case. We used that to transport the deactivated bomb here. It was found in the lounge. A bomb in the form of a most distasteful toy. So this is the same... So since this is happening, I guess this happened before the first case. So this seems like it should be that bomb guy that did it. But then even Apollo was kind of saying things are more complicated. Weird. So looks like the bomb from the first case hidden in the stuffed animal. Weird. What? One on the second floor of the main building, one on the launch pad, and one in the lounge. The defendant planned to set off 3 firework displays. Fortunately, the third was discovered before it could be detonated, for had it not, the victim's body and other vital evidence would surely have been immolated.
Objection!
Before you utter a word, know that the evidence supports me. Okay. It's like he's reading my mind. As it is still undergoing forensic investigation, I do not have the evidence on hand. However, know that a peculiar item was found in one of Mr. Starbuck's pockets. Oh, no. Specifically, a bomb detonation switch. He would have to be, like, really, really well-framed. Oh, no. I suspect the defendant had no time to destroy such damning evidence when the Space Center director and Detective Arms stumbled across the murder. So he thought to hide it in his pocket. Feeble-brained that he is. No. Mr. Starbuck would never do anything like that. Ah! What does he even have as a blade? He shouldn't be allowed to have a blade. Justice Dono, open your eyes and see the truth. This appears to be irrefutable evidence that the accused set off the explosions. No, there has to be some kind of mistake. This can't be the truth. Okay, so a bomb detonator was found in the defendant's pocket. How do you come back from that? Still can't accept it? You'll believe in your client come what may? I mean, that's what we're supposed to do. Then why don't you cross-examine the defendant himself? This has got to be a trap. It's like Blackwell's controlling the entire game. A game, you say? Yeah. It seemed like he was waiting for me to bring up the body-moving issue. How do you say that? He had just the right argument when I pointed it out. And to really rub it in, he had a decisive piece of evidence up his sleeve, too. He was trying to shake my faith in Mr. Starbuck and break me down. And making you cross-examine Mr. Starbuck at this point was part of his plan, too? Totally underhanded, but I wouldn't expect anything less from him. Now, let us hear from the arch-villain, the fiendish murderer himself, famed astronaut Solomon Starbuck. So sad. So forlorn. Witness, your name and occupation, please. Solomon Starbuck. Astronaut. How did this happen? Mr. Starbuck, you aren't looking very well. Will you be able to give testimony? No. No? Well, unfortunately, no is not an option. You are being accused of the Space Center bombing and the murder of Clay Turan. Please testify to these allegations, or else! Mind if I take this suit off? Getting really heavy.
Silence.
It's not the weight of the suit that you feel, but of your sins. Prepare to carry that weight for the rest of your life. Banish me to the moon. I don't care anymore. Wow, that was super negative. Is he going to be alright up there? He'll be fine, I think. As long as he doesn't totally give up and say he did it, that is. I didn't kill him. All I did was support Clay over my shoulder and get us out of the rocket. Like always, I took the elevator down to the middle level and headed for the corridor. Were the elevators working? Clay had passed out by the time we got the order to evacuate. I didn't kill Clay. I was trying to save him. So you assert you didn't set off the bombs or murder the victim. But I bet you think I'm lying, right? I reserve all judgment until after I've heard your full testimony. That's a load of bullshit, and you know it. He's always like, well, that sounds like a done deal. Let's go home and have some fucking cocktails. Like, you're a liar. I'm sure you don't believe me. I bet you don't even believe I'm an astronaut. I don't think the judge doubts that. Who would wear a suit like that except an astronaut? I will say that when I saw you in that movie, you appeared quite courageous, though I suppose reality never quite lives up to fantasy. And why is your hair so pointy? I guess I'm just a big disappointment. I really don't care what happens anymore. Oh no, he's completely given up. What a depressing fellow. If you were to join me in the clink, I imagine that annoying sighing of yours would rub off on the other inmates. Like how it rubbed off on Prosecutor Blackwell a second ago? Huh? That was Blackwell sighing? Oh! Mr. Starbuck's testimony contains a glaring contradiction. The question is, what does it mean? Even if Mr. Starbuck is my client, I can't be gun-shy now. It's time to find out the truth. He's just really sad. His mentor is dead and he's being accused of killing him. All I did was support Clay and get us out of the rocket.
Hold it!
You know what, let me check something. I'm kind of upset that this case is starting with just throwing me right into trial. Because I usually look forward to the first day of the case being kind of relaxing and just investigative. And after yesterday's stream, I'm still like a little tired from it, and I'm like, I'm fine, but I'm like, I was not mentally prepared for this. You know, and now I'm like, oh god, I have to think! I gotta use my brain today? I should have played Power Wash Simulator. Okay. So all we know is that the backup power powers the security system. Other than that, I don't know if the elevators were working. So that might be something that we need to address. So what you're saying is that the victim was still alive at the time? Of course. He was alive and well.
Silence.
If so, then you admit you took a man who was alive and well, and silenced him permanently with this? What? No! Ah! Black hole confirmed, dead ahead! Ah! It's no good, Captain! I'm getting sucked in!
Objection!
Mr. Starbuck, you're not in space. Please give your testimony seriously. It was just nerves, but maybe I shouldn't have said he was alive and well. It was more like he was slumped over. Those are complete opposite ends of the spectrum. Oh yeah, I don't even know if I remember to write down that he had anxiety pills. Now, we don't actually know why. They think it's because he's scared of going back into space, but I don't know. Like always, I took the elevator down to the middle level and headed for the corridor.
Hold it!
Is that the elevator inside the launch pad area? That's right. We always use it to get to and from the cockpit. That makes sense. So he was just using the route he always used. In spite of the fact that there had just been an explosion? Huh? Right. I think Mr. Starbuck's hiding something. Something pretty big. Yeah, that's gonna be what I react to. Okay. Clay had passed out by the time we got the order to evacuate.
Hold it!
Passed out? Why was he passed out? Probably because of the explosion. The noise and vibration were incredible. It's little wonder a person would pass out, right? I guess? Not that I'd know. Ah! I've been hit by space debris! The main engine's on fire! It's gonna blow! Ah! I think this is not even a joke. I think this man has PTSD legitimately. Oh my god. Yes, I see. I guess it does make sense that someone would pass out. Especially if the person in question is Mr. Starbuck. Anyway. Maybe he is scared of space. Perhaps.
Hold it!
I didn't kill Clay, I was trying to save him. Don't worry, I understand. I'll make sure everything turns out alright. But everyone's glaring at me like I did it. Paula, you have to reassure him better than that. And how am I supposed to do that? Try to imagine how he's feeling and use that to figure out how to boost his confidence. Mr. Starbuck, think back to what Clay used to always say. It's times like these when he would repeat, "I'm fine," to himself. I'm fine? Yeah, I guess he did say that a lot. But even if I shout it, Clay will still be dead. What's the use? Could somebody please reassure me now? Apollo, here's your reassurance. There's something strange about Mr. Starbuck's testimony. Yeah, I was thinking the same thing. There's a glaring contradiction. I just wonder why it's there and what it means for our case. Well, it doesn't look like he's lying. Guess I'll have to show some evidence. Okay. So maybe it's gonna be just the explosion area? Like, how did you take the elevator when there was an explosion right where the elevator is? Yeah, isn't that the elevator? Okay. I think that's gonna be it.
Objection!
Yes. Yeah, it sounds like he's having flashbacks. Mr. Starbuck, I need your testimony to be as accurate as possible. Was I not being accurate? No, because it's impossible for you to have taken the elevator down to the middle level. What makes you say that, Mr. Justice? Please recall where the bomb went off in Launch Pad 1. Also recall that after the explosion, the middle level elevator was engulfed in flames. Oh, you're right, which means... Exactly. The launch pad's elevator would have been unusable. In other words... Mr. Starbuck, your statement is decidedly inconsistent with the facts. Oh! Oh, what's with the helmet? Ah! Mission Command! Mission Command! Do you read me? Come in, please!
Objection!
This is Mission Command. I order you to pay attention! Stop this nonsense and answer my questions, Mr. Starbuck. Ah! My helmet! Did it just fly off? Ah! My oxygen tank! Get this man in therapy right now! Oxygen concentration and body temperature declining! Requesting medical assistance! Yeah! Oh my god. Mr. Starbuck! We are not in space right now! Oh my god! Please stop pretending you've lost consciousness and stand back up! Was he pretending? I apologize, Your Honor. I forgot I was still on Earth. I feel like we all just got a real glimpse of Solomon Starbuck the astronaut. Yeah, he seemed more like an astronaut now than when he was doing all that sighing. Mr. Starbuck, could you please explain the inconsistency in your statement? About how you use the middle-level elevator? I, was nervous, and I said the wrong thing. I'm sorry. I actually, took a different route, I think. A different route? I hope you're able to deliver a straight story this time. I'll get it right this time. Maybe. No, I mean, probably. Probably? It's understandable to be nervous, but let me remind you, accuracy is paramount in court. Somebody let him have his meds. Let's see. My escape route. What I said before was a mistake. Yeah. I remember now. I took a different route. Maybe. Probably. With the capsule and clay in my arms, I made my way down from the upper level. How? So you're saying you escaped without using the elevator? That's right. There's a ladder that spans the upper and middle levels. You went down a ladder carrying a unconscious body and a capsule? I used that ladder to get to the middle level. Luckily, the fire hadn't reached the ladder, so we could make our escape that way. Just admit that you threw his body over the ledge. Just admit it. Oh. And the capsule you mentioned. I suppose you mean the thing next to Mr. Terran here? Was the capsule that important that you'd risk your life to take it with you? It almost goes without saying, but yeah. That capsule contains asteroid samples. Therefore, it's invaluable as research material. With his spacesuit on, Clay weighed a ton, but securing the capsule was also important. I need you to answer to the best of your ability. Mr. Starbuck, please remember that your verdict is writing on your testimony. Maybe I am guilty after all. I wonder if you can see the stars in prison, but it's more comfortable than a spaceship. See, I don't think he's okay. Let's see. Okay, my escape route, what I said before was a mistake.
Hold it!
How could you mistake such a basic fact? Hey, everybody makes mistakes. Everybody has those days. But try thinking about the vastness of space instead. From Earth, it takes 4 light years to travel to our nearest neighboring star. So you see, compared to the vast expanse of space, human error is insignificant. I wish he would consider it just a little more significant than 0. Enough jabbering. Get on with your testimony. I remember I took a different route, maybe.
Hold it!
Maybe. Probably. Did I hear you right, Mr. Starbuck? I didn't say either of those things. Mission Control, come in, please! An error has occurred in the sound system. Activate the emergency tin can telephone. Oh, no! Tin can telephones are ineffective in the vacuum of space!
Silence!
Stop this nonsense, or I will sever you and your tin can telephone. Alright, I'm begging you! I'll tell the truth! Just don't sever anything! Apollo, is he gonna be alright? I'm starting to think he's not. You're only just now starting? Let's see. So about when we were running away, Yeah, with the capsule and Clay in my arms, I may weigh down from the upper level. Come on, man. The upper level of the launch pad area. Right? That's right! That's what I said, isn't it? Granted, that route does exist. So to recap, you had Clay over your right shoulder and the capsule in your left hand? Yeah, it's really important. Okay. So defendant says he took victim and capsule down ladder. Victim on right shoulder. And capsule in left hand. Okay. Yeah, it's really important, so I couldn't let it get burned up. So even though Clay was really heavy, I couldn't afford to carry him with both hands. I did the best I could with him over one shoulder and the capsule in my other hand. I'm wondering if he actually is guilty and it's just going to be one of those weird cases where we lose. I don't think the meaning of what he just said has hit him yet. You know what you have to do with that statement. Justice Dono. Yes, I know. I've come this far. No turning back now. Time to present some evidence. So Mr. Starbuck escaped with Clay and the capsule, which means... it's just like in the footage. I can see why he couldn't run, though. He must have weighed over 200 pounds just by himself. Yeah, and he had to support Clay, who was another 200 pounds. Plus, he had to ensure the safety of the capsule. I don't think I could have even walked under those circumstances. Walking straight forward is probably about all I would have been able to manage. Okay. Let's see what we can present. I wonder what I would show. Would I show the route? Like there's no way you went down that ladder carrying all of that? I thought they looked a little different, but they don't. Okay. And wasn't it dark, too? He did that on a ladder in the dark? Ooh, I don't know what to show.
Objection!
Okay, the route. Mr. Starbuck, why don't you just tell the truth? The truth? Let's see. The Earth is blue? No, that's not right. So, I guess the Earth isn't blue? Yeah, that's it. The truth, Mr. Starbuck. Ah! The oxygen concentration is super low in this area! Prepare the emergency oxygen tanks! Mr. Justice, the witness appears confused. Please help draw out the truth from him. Mr. Starbuck, under the circumstances at the time, you couldn't possibly have reached the boarding lounge via the upper level route. Huh? Not as long as this was along the escape route. The ladder? It must be the ladder.
Take that!
To get down from the upper to the middle level where the Launchpad 1 corridor is, you would have to go down the ladder. Isn't that right, Mr. Starbuck? Of course. That was the only way we could escape.
Objection!
Sorry, these answers are a little, like, obvious, so I'm like, is that it? But how would that work? At the time, you were supporting Mr. Turan over your shoulder, were you not? And remember, he was in full space gear as well, putting him at over 200 pounds. Huh. Ooh. Well, it's easy on the moon. Gravity's only 1/6 of what it is on Earth.
Objection!
But the space center's located on Earth. Short of being an octopus, climbing a ladder with an adult male in space gear in one arm, while carrying the capsule in your other, is impossible, wouldn't you say? Oh! So, Mr. Starbuck, how exactly did you climb down that ladder with your arms full? Ah! Mr. Starbuck, come clean and tell us the truth now. Ah! Engineer! Where's the engineer? Oxygen leak detected due to faulty maintenance. Evacuate immediately! What the? He's flying the coop! Ah! Help! I'm caught on the ceiling! Help? Anyone? Oh my god, chat, he got raptured. I swear I'll stop doing them after this week. It's just this week. You gotta let me do them this week. Help! Anyone? Bailiff! Prepare the cherry picker! We must launch our rescue mission at once! The cherry picker? Well, that's one way to take off while being questioned. I'd rather prove his innocence so he can go to space again someday for real. I don't think he wants to do that. Just saying. Now then, Mr. Starbuck, do you think you can keep your feet planted on the ground? Yes. I apologize for losing control. Are you ready to tell us the truth? Not that! Anything but that! What is going on? This isn't the Mr. Starbuck I know. It appears Spaceboy is prone to deception. Witness. Yikes! Yes? I thought your story odd, but perhaps the inconsistencies can be explained as the result of a medical side effect? Ah! Prosecutor Blackwell, please! Please don't talk about that! What are you talking about, Prosecutor Blackwell? Didn't I already state that Spaceboy is ironically terrified of going into space? That's why he took some precautions just before the launch. For you see, traces of this anti-anxiety drug were found in his system. Oh, I sense things are about to nosedive. You got it all wrong! I told him during the investigation, too! I don't know anything about any drugs. I never took any meds, I swear! It was found in his system, but he doesn't remember taking it? How could that be? Somebody must have slipped him to me! But I guess maybe that's why I don't remember. Because of the side effects. Yeah, that's why I don't remember much about what really happened. What? Okay. So, defendant keeps not telling the truth of how he saved victim. Might be side effects from anxiety meds, but he says he doesn't take them. Okay. It's like that scene when Dr. Evil is trying to get Mini-Me off the ceiling. Someone get the hook, yes! Oh, I gotta watch those movies again. It's been so long. Order! Order in the court! Can't get any useful testimony out of him if he doesn't remember anything. Well, this certainly explains why his testimony kept changing. Why doesn't she do her thing with the emotion stuff? Why didn't he just tell me he couldn't remember? I guess he didn't want anybody to find out he was terrified of going into space. Maybe I really did do it. Which brings us to the answer of our original question, of how the witness climbed down the ladder with a dead body. It does? So what is it? A dead man feels no pain and makes no complaints, Justice Dodo. He's gonna say he threw him. So the body was simply dropped down from the top of the ladder. Oh my! I see! And then the defendant could climb down with his free hand.
Objection!
Drop the body down? Who would do such a disrespectful thing? Besides, dropping the body down would leave marks on the body itself, right? So you are capable of quick thinking. Yes, you're correct. Really? Oh, thanks. Ah! Huh? What's this? It's the oxygen tank from the victim's spacesuit. It's ruptured, and I'm sure you can figure out why. You can't be implying it ruptured when the defendant dropped the victim's body. I am, but they fracture easily when struck.
Objection!
Could have been from anything. Even if that's true, the tank's explosion and shrapnel would leave its mark on the body. Yet according to the autopsy report, only the knife wound was found on the victim's body. You're clearly grasping at straws with this line of reasoning.
Silence!
The spacesuit isn't heavy for the sake of being heavy, Justice Dono. It includes the latest technological devices and is made of the fabric of tomorrow. This fabric is made to protect astronauts from the dangers of space, so falling a few Earth yards would hardly leave a mark on the wearer. Really?
Objection!
Hold on. Okay, we don't have the oxygen tank yet. I wonder if we can tell if it's not ruptured in this picture or something. And shouldn't it be impossible to stab someone through it as well? It should, and yet, through sheer coincidence, the knife slipped through a weak spot in the suit's structure and found its way to its target. You're joking. What are the chances? Forget that our killer is an astronaut himself with knowledge of how the suits work. He's got me there. Now my argument has been proven. Spaceboy killed the victim in the rocket and then dropped his body from the upper level. After climbing down, he shouldered the body and made sure the camera recorded them. There's no room for debate about these facts. It is clear that Solomon Starbuck is the only one who could have killed Clay Terran. Yeah! Here, the report regarding the astronauts' oxygen tanks. Consider it my send-off gift. Feel free to use it as payment to cross the river Styx. Ah! Okay. The victim's tank was ruptured with 0% left. The defendants had 80. Remaining oxygen is displayed on the left shoulder. Wait a second. In the video, it says 50. I knew that was going to be important. Hey, this report is pretty detailed. The display on the astronaut's left shoulder shows the oxygen remaining. After the incident, the victim's tank was ruptured and the remaining oxygen was 0%. The tank belonging to Starbuck, who claims to have carried the victim, said it was 80% full. Tanks were functioning properly at the time. Let's see. The display on the astronaut's left shoulder shows oxygen remaining. I guess that means these glowing cyan digits represent the amount of oxygen in the tank. That's a 50! I'm done for. So is that a different person or something? Or, yeah, because I was thinking maybe that wasn't Starbuck holding him. I'm going to prison instead of space. Space boy. Yes? Take heart. The bejeweled night sky is still beautiful, even when viewed through bars. You mean the stars are seen from prison? That's right. Your cell will be your spaceship. Picture the view through the iron bars. It's like being an astronaut in your own craft for all time. That's not a half-bad thought. Mr. Starbuck? Prosecutor Blackbull got to him good. Spaceship prison cell, fly me, my guilt, and my despair into the deepest, darkest space. And then, let's get sucked into a black hole together!
Objection!
Mr. Starbuck, you can't give up hope. Oh, yes, Apollo? You know, Clay really looked up to you. He said you're an incredible man. He said you would never give up your dreams and passion for space, no matter the situation. You said that? So don't give up now, and help me prove your innocence. For the sake of the man who respected you and believed in you, Clay Terran. For Clay! You're wasting your breath. Apollo. Thank you. I can see things clearly now. Mr. Starbuck. I'm fine now. Thanks for reminding me of my life's mission. Right. We'll both be fine. I'll prove you're innocent. You'll see. And after that, we'll get you back into space. Rah! You've ignited the booster rockets of my soul! I'm on fire! I am Solomon Starbuck, astronaut, a cosmic hero chosen by the universe itself. This is no time to be whimpering and crying. I can't let you and Clay down. Balderdash. The sun, the moon, all of space is calling me. Solomon Saul Starbuck. Ready for launch. Begin the countdown. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Lift off! Why is he swimming? I actually thought he was floating for a second. Well, I feel like I've witnessed an actual rocket launch. Apollo, you did it! You broke Prosecutor Blackwell's grip over Mr. Starbuck. Can't take the credit. It was all Mr. Starbuck. He pulled himself through. You simpletons are done massaging one another's egos. No matter how positive your mood, my advantage remains unshakable. I have but to wait for the final guilty verdict. Isn't that right, your baldness? I can't let up now. I have to stop Blackwell. I have to see this through. Mr. Starbuck just has to make it back into space. Oh no. Best friends. I won't allow Clay's dream to remain unfulfilled. I've got to destroy Blackwell's argument somehow. Think, Justice, think! If the only people at Launchpad 1 were Clay and Mr. Starbuck, and if Clay was already dead by the time this footage was taken, then the only person who could have killed him is Mr. Starbuck. So the only way to counter Blackwell's argument is if I can prove that Clay was still alive when they arrived at the boarding lounge. That's what I was saying. Massaging one another. Oh, egos. Right. Yeah. When you said massaging, I was like, oh? Okay, so we need to prove Clay was... Oh, let me say victim. Okay, victim was alive when they got to the lounge, because then that opens up the murderer to be several other people. In which case, I should be able to find some contradiction in the evidence itself. Well, there's the 50 and the 80 right there. Now let's see. About this data we just received. It supposedly proves that Mr. Starbuck dropped Clay's body in Launchpad 1. But if I'm going to prove that false, there must be something I can use here. Enough of this farce, your baldness. Let's have your verdict.
Objection!
Prosecutor Blackwell, you seem to be in quite a hurry to rush the verdict. But about this oxygen tank data you submitted just now. It says that Mr. Starbuck's tank had 80% remaining while Mr. Turan's had 0. Do you stand by the accuracy of this report? Of course. Then I guess it simply means that it's faulty, as evidence goes. You will explain what you mean, Justice Dono. It's simple. This evidence contradicts the facts of this case. Take a look here at the detailed description and you'll see what I mean. I hope you have some evidence, Mr. Justice, because I don't see what's so contradictory. Yes, Your Honor. Right away. Okay. This is the evidence that the oxygen tank report stands in contradiction to. I already know I know the answer, but... we're gonna save anyway, you never know. Okay.
Take that!
That's not what I meant to press! That was an accident. I already know what I'm doing, but I'm gonna save anyway. I was just rushing through it. I'm sorry. It's the video.
Take that!
Sorry. And how does this evidence present a contradiction? The problem is this part here.
Take that!
Take that! Note the remaining oxygen in Mr. Starbuck's tank as he carries Mr. Turan. It appears to say 50. Yes. but according to the data, our client's tank had 80% remaining. The oxygen in the tank increased? That's wild! And you know how that's so wild that I've got to take a break right now! Sorry to stop right here, but we're reaching about the halfway point. I've got to go take a break real quick, and when I get back, we'll get straight back into it. But yeah, quick BRB. Right. A quick break today. I'm back. Gotta make sure you guys can see my little kitty-oo. There. My little guy. Okay. I see Your Honor finds it as strange as I do. What were we talking about? Yeah, the 50-80 discrepancy. Okay. It's bad enough that there's a contradiction, but the increase in oxygen is beyond illogical. Oh my, you're absolutely right. What is going on here?
Silence.
I too find it odd that the oxygen remaining has increased. It would be as odd as if my rations were to increase. But what does that prove? It doesn't change the fact that it's the defendant carrying the victim's corpse.
Objection!
I'm going to bet you don't get more rations because you don't abide by the rules. Either way, the oxygen remaining shouldn't increase just as your rations don't increase. Therefore, this new information is critical. We can't overlook it.
Silence.
In that case, do you have an answer to this riddle of the mysteriously increasing oxygen? Did you do an accidental love command? Oops. Forgot to delete that part. You have an answer to this riddle of the mysteriously increasing oxygen. You'd better not disappoint, or I'll declare the inconsistency as mere equipment malfunction. Prosecutor Blackwell has a point. I suppose it could be a simple malfunction. Mr. Justice, if you cannot provide an adequate counter-argument to this point, I'm afraid I must bring this trial to an end. Do you think you can explain why the remaining oxygen level increased? Of course I can. The thing to do at a time like this is turn my thinking around. Mr. Starbuck has no memory of it, but he claims to have carried clay. So this man with the 50 on his tank ought to be Mr. Starbuck. But if anything, the display on his oxygen tank should have shown an 80. This is a clear contradiction between the report and the security footage. So what I should be asking is not why did the oxygen increase, but what had to have happened to make it look like it increased exactly. Am I making some kind of mistake in my base assumptions here? Well, Mr. Justice, we're waiting. Yes, Your Honor. I'm ready to answer. This is why the remaining oxygen appears to have increased. I have my idea. Let's see. They were going the other way. What? What does that mean? They were going the other way. The victim was carrying the defendant. That's what I think happened. The tanks were damaged. I think it's this one. What if it was the other way around? The other way around? Care to explain? As you can see, Your Honor, both men had their helmets on in this footage. Yeah. But it turns out this is where our base assumptions went astray. We assumed that it was Mr. Starbuck helping Mr. Turan, but it was the other way around. It wasn't Mr. Starbuck helping Mr. Turan at all. It was Mr. Turan who was helping Starbuck to the boarding lounge. It was what? I guessed this from the get-go. Order! Order, Mr. Justice! You mean to tell me that the person on the right in this image is the victim? It's the only way the riddle of the increasing oxygen level can be solved, Your Honor. At this point in time, the remaining oxygen in the victim's tank was at 50%. And when the victim was found in the boarding lounge, his tank was at 0. That's right. There's nothing contradictory about the oxygen level decreasing. This means Mr. Turan was alive as they made their escape to the lounge.
Silence.
How short your memory is. Have you forgotten what you yourself proposed? even if the victim was alive at this point in time. How did he descend the ladder with his arms full?
Objection!
Prosecutor Blackwell, you can't hurt me with a broken blade. Excuse me? It's true that we don't know how they got down the ladder. I suppose that matter needs further investigating. But we have proven that Mr. Turan was alive when he reached the boarding lounge. This fact alone shatters your claims, and opens up the possibility that the victim could have been killed by a third party. Rah! There were two people who claimed to be the first on the scene, but can we truly trust their statements? Let's see. The two people were Detective Candace Arm and Yuri Cosmos, right? You think that one of them might have given a false statement to the police? It's certainly possible. We might have to do a little more digging. It seems we'll have to hear the testimony of these first two people on the scene. Score. Come to think of it, Detective Arm should be here in court right now. Bailiff, would you please show Detective Arm to the stand? Oh, not this guy. I have an announcement, everyone. What's the meaning of this? We're in the middle of a trial here. Please remain calm and listen carefully. Someone has reactivated the bomb. Was it you? The bomb was defused, but it's about to explode. Explode! A bomb? Now? Ah! Everybody run! Ah! I don't want to die! Oh no. Everybody's panicking. Are we catching up on the timeline now?
Silence.
Headless chickens with a death wish, the lot of you. Calm yourselves afore all else. Come on, Apollo. Let's get out of here. But what about Mr. Starbuck's dream? And who will carry out Clay's final wish? You can't do either of those if you're dead! I don't care what happens to me. I'm not letting some bomb blow the truth up forever. I'm not gonna let this bomb stop me from chasing my dreams. Oh. I refuse to let things end here. Apollo, this is no time to be dramatic. If we don't get out of here now, we're gonna die. Come on, this way. Hey, ouch. Let me go. Apollo! Juniper? She hasn't evacuated yet? Ah! Juniper, are you all right? Apollo, no, not that way. Ah! This is turning into that first case. To be continued already? Oh. Should we keep going? That was short? Yeah, it's done. It's over now. Well, I feel like that was like kind of like a prequel to what happened in the tutorial case. So now it's gonna skip ahead to probably be in the present. I don't really like to end streams so early. I'll end around 3 hours sometimes, but 2 is a little too little. I say we keep going just to kind of see what's up with the next day. Okay, so now we're doing a day 1 of investigation. Okay, so that was like... that was just a prequel kind of thing. You love it when stories mess with the timeline? It can be very interesting. I was just really confused. I was like, wait, what? And then only just now, really, I'm like, oh, this is turning into that case. Okay. I say we keep going, at least for a little bit. Let's see. Oh my god, I just saved again. Okay. Yes. In the middle of the Space Center bombing trial, we had another bombing incident. Right. I'm gonna tell y'all now, I don't have my notes from this case. I deleted them. So I hope I'm okay. This one destroyed courtroom number 4. Furthermore, Apollo suffered massive injuries from being there when the bomb went off. Because he was saving Juniper. Unfortunately, Juniper Woods was... Do they have to use that word every time? Do they have to? I really just was taken aback just now. I was like, huh? Oh. Unfortunately, Juniper Woods was accused as the courtroom bomber. Athena and I knew she had to be innocent, so we took her case on. Right. This was the tutorial. Case 1. We managed to clear Miss Woods' name. And then he got hurt again. So he already had something wrong with his eye. I don't know what actually happened to his eye. And then he got exploded. And then he got attacked by the bomber guy. They're giving me the notes right now. But Apollo sustained further injuries when he was attacked by Ted tonight. I just really hope it doesn't ask me for details, because you know what? Sometimes Phoenix Wright, sometimes the games do that, where like details of a case from like the first fucking part of the game are gonna come back to haunt you, and then you have to remember details, and I can't remember. Okay, well, I remember everything he said. I remember that about the case, so. Okay. I guess I'll write a little summary, though. First case. Okay. So they were in the middle of that, cosmic case when the bomb from case 1 happened. Juniper had to be defended. Apollo got attacked by Ted. The perpetrator, I guess. Right. Okay. December 19, 3:21 p.m. Right? Anything agency. Apollo's a tough guy, but this is taking its toll on him. Yeah, poor guy. Being attacked by Tennate like that on top of all his other injuries. And his friend being dead. Apollo is resting at the nearby Hickfield Clinic. I've had some experience with that place myself. Oh, not that one. What an awful turn of events. I never thought he would land in a hospital of all places. Baby! You must miss him too, huh? Now that you don't have anybody to tease. Don't worry. He's young. He'll heal quickly and be back before you know it. It's been a while since I last saw Trucy look so down. It's been a while. We won the court case, yet nobody feels much like celebrating. So this is directly after case 1. Alright, enough of this, people! This is no time to be moping around. Now dry those eyes, both of you. You're the only one who's crying, Athena. Technicalities! Look, we have work to do. We have to take over. Take over what exactly? Apollo Space Center case, of course. As no verdict's been reached, there's still a chance. Okay, so it is still gonna be that case. I agree with Athena. We should pick up Mr. Starbuck's defense. We have to avenge our fallen comrade. Right, Daddy? Our fallen comrade! Apollo hasn't exactly fallen. He's still alive, you know. Good. Now that that's settled, let's get going. Come on, we gotta run. Wait, right now? We'd better not be running the whole way. There she goes. I better go catch up. Can you take care of the office, Trucy? Sure thing, Daddy. Let's be careful out there.
In the meantime, I'm gonna bake some cookies and fill up my magic panties for you.
Would you stop with the panties? Every time! Why is it every time? It's literally every time she pops up. Oh, did I kill my controller doing that? No, you're fine. You're fine. Come on. You can connect and work just fine. Oh my god, no. No way. I was banging my controller on the desk. Okay. No way. Did I just break it? Chat? Chat, my controller's not reconnecting. After I banged it on the table. Oh. Never mind. Okay, we're good. Oh my god, I thought I broke my controller. Hey, won't be doing any more of that. My bad. I don't know about all this, but I do know Nick needs to clean his office. It's a mess in here. It's a mess. Oh my god, imagine Apollo was just eating spicy noodles, and when he was slurping, a drop fell in his eye. Yeah, that happened to me while eating ramen. It hurt like hell. That's such bad luck. Oh my god. Thankfully, I have a shield. These glasses have saved me so many times from just random stuff. Yeah, I feel so bad for Apollo. Oh my god. The true power of magic panties. Stop it! Trucy seems to be feeling a little better. I can always count on Athena to perk everybody up with her enthusiasm.
Oh, she's back. Don't mind me. Just forgot a few things. Wallet, phone, the documents, my bag.
Forgot everything? Sounds more like you forgot everything. I can always count on Athena for that too. She just has ADHD. Leave her alone.
All right, you two. Let's be careful out there.
But really, like, Trucy has barely been in this game. And every time she pops up, she talks about the magic panties. Literally every time. Like, even if I thought it was funny, it's not funny anymore. She says it every time. Can we stop, like... I don't like it! So our client is one Solomon Starbuck. He's so famous, even I've heard of him.
That's right. He's a super famous astronaut who works at the Cosmos Space Center. He was actually up in outer space 7 years ago.
7 years ago, huh? Sometimes details matter. You seem to know quite a bit about him. Now I'm all excited to meet the man. Wow. That was the longest sigh I've ever heard. Longest sigh in the world. Why is it even a line in the game? It's a reference to something that happened in the first Apollo game. There was like this whole case where Trucy has this pair of magic panties that she has in her magic tricks where she just pulls out a bunch of stuff from the panties. Like it's like a never-ending bag, basically. So it's just part of her magic set. And she hung them out like on a clothesline and some weirdo stole them. And that wasn't even the main point of the story. It was just like something that happened, I guess. And so ever since then, she just casually brings up the magic panties. But I don't feel like she brought it up as much in the first game. You know what I mean? Like in that one case, it was talked about often. It was a running gag from that. And then suddenly in this game, she says it like every time we talk to her. Yeah, they're like little pantaloons. Like she doesn't wear them. She just says like my magic panties because they're her like magic panties that she uses in her magic show, but they're not ones that she wears. So it's just this like awkward thing from the first game that they're now like running into the ground every time we speak to her. So I don't know. I thought it was weird when it was first a thing in the game, but like, it's whatever, weird humor. But now they just keep bringing it up. I'm like, what is wrong with you guys? What is wrong with you, writers? Oh my god. Like, I was looking forward to seeing Trucy again, because she's kind of like our other daughter in a game series, you know? Like, we have Maya from Phoenix Wright. We have Trucy with the Apollo games. You know, Haruka with the Yakuza. You know, she's like the daughter character. But in this game, she's just constantly talking about that. Like, there's nothing even really... She doesn't do anything but talk about that. Is how I feel. Like the ladder versus stepladder thing. Yeah. But this one, I feel like this one's even worse. Because it's not even funny. It's just uncomfortable. Like, stop. Okay. Apollo told me all about you. You're Phoenix Wright, Apollo's mentor, right? Yes, that's right. Mentor has a nice ring to it. It's true. We got gameplay for Kiwami 3 and Dark Ties at the Tokyo Game Show. Ooh. Ooh. Did they talk more? I feel like they talked more about a lot of stuff there with the RGG Summit. Because I was seeing some stuff on social media I did not see at the Direct or the Summit. So I feel like it probably came from TGS. I'll post it. Okay. I think I'm willing to watch it. Like, I don't want to see everything because they have so much new stuff. I do want to be surprised about some of the things. So I might not want to watch it at this point, but I don't know. I'm a little conflicted because I've already played the game, you know, but they're adding a lot of new stuff. So I don't know if I want to, but maybe I will. I'm on the fence. Don't worry about a thing, Mr. Starbuck. Mr. Wright and I have got you covered. And you're the new kid that Apollo told me about. Wait, don't I know you from somewhere? Huh? You mean other than at your trial? I don't think so. I guess so. My mistake. My memory isn't what it used to be. My mind and body are kaput. Same goes for my life. I mean, I'm so astronomically unlucky that I had a bomb go off in the middle of my trial. Trying to defend me would be like trying to enter the stratosphere without a spacecraft. Yikes. He's seriously got to stop depressing himself. Cheer up, Mr. Starbuck. Besides, that thing you said about entering the stratosphere, that just means we would shine like shooting stars, right? Like shooting stars, huh? You know, you're right. Why didn't I think of that? After all, that's what we were all put on this earth to do, right? To shine like stars. Guess I shouldn't mention the fact that shooting stars burn out in a flash. Aw, yeah! Here we go! 3, 2, 1! To the stratosphere and beyond! There he goes. Yeah, I feel alive now. You can go ahead and ask me anything you want. Is that really all it takes? The case. So, you have no memory at all of the incident. I'm so ashamed. My memory of the time is as black and clouded as a dark nebula. Still, it's strange you don't remember a thing. Are you sure you didn't take one of those anti-anxiety pills like they said at the trial? You got it all wrong. I told him during the investigation. I don't know anything about any drugs. I never took any medication, I swear. I don't do drugs. I promise. It is true I developed a fear of space because of what happened 7 years ago. And I was taking medication secretly every now and then when my anxiety got bad. Having a fear of space is not something an astronaut can brag about, you know? Oh. So the so-called Hat 1 miracle. That must have been a terrifying experience. But I'm still an astronaut at heart, come what may. I would never take drugs that might impede my performance just before a launch. That launch meant everything to me. That's more certain than the theory of relativity. Okay, so Defendant admits he has fear of space and takes meds, but did not take them day of launch. Okay. He seems like a completely different person now. This is the face of the astronaut I know.
The tranquilizers were found in your system.
Oh, they're tranks? Yeah. That would not let you remember things. Yeah, see, that's the thing. But I don't know why. I'm done for. If you didn't take them, then maybe somebody slipped them to you?
Exactly. That's what I thought. It must have been the real culprit. My medication was in my locker. Anybody could have gotten their hands on it.
Maybe the real culprit also planted the detonator switch in your pocket.
Yeah, that's gotta be it. I've been framed.
I'll say. They even managed to plant your prints on the switch before slipping it in. A real possibility. Jesus. This didn't sound like standard psych meds, right? Something strong. Okay, oh my god, what did he just say? Okay, so... claims someone slipped him the meds. They were in his locker. Probably the real culprit. Also probably planted the detonator and even put his prints on it before putting it in his pocket. That is in depth. Know what they're doing. Okay. Do you remember anything else? Anything at all, no matter how small. Like about the murder weapon, for example.
That knife. I think it came from one of the Space Center's utility kits.
Utility kits?
Yeah. Staff who work on machinery a lot are given these special toolkits to use. All the technicians have them, so I doubt you could prove whose knife it is.
Interesting. It has the victim's blood on it, from a set of utility tools used by Space Center techs. Okay. So the murder weapon is from the Space Center's utility kits. Staff who work on machinery have them. All the technicians. Okay. Got it.
As I recall, your last trip into space was 7 years ago, right? That's right. It was a pretty rough experience. During that mission, we had all kinds of problems with the craft.
You did? What kind of problems?
Power failure, oxygen leakage, busted radio, cracked windows, loose control column. The heat shield came off as we were entering the atmosphere. I thought I was a goner, but I managed to make it somehow with the popsicles and ice packs from the freezer.
No wonder they dubbed it the Hat One Miracle. It's a miracle you made it back.
Space is a boundless place. That's why it continues to capture people's imaginations. But the vastness of space shows us how insignificant we are in the scheme of things. The darkness just goes on, forever and ever and ever, without end! There was nobody else there. Nobody was gonna come save me. I was all alone. All alone, with nothing to listen to but the sound of my own breathing and heartbeat. I kept scrambling to make repairs, but I couldn't keep my hands from shaking.
He needs help. He really needs help. An experience like that would make anybody afraid to go up into space. I'm surprised he didn't quit then and there, as soon as he touched ground. I bet he kissed the dirt under his feet when he landed, my god. I get his perspective. Space is amazing, but terrifying. Especially after that close call, he almost died. He's already got space madness. I'll be real. As goofy as this is, you could do an in-depth mental health analysis of this character. Oh, absolutely. Yeah. Pulled a Katy Perry? Oh. Well, when she went into space for like 2 seconds. Oh my god, I forgot about that. It was like Katy Perry and like a bunch of other famous or rich people. I don't know. And then they were saying like it was something significant when they just like went up to space for a joyride and then came back. And it cost so much money. And the world is as it is right now. Oh, she kissed the ground when she came to... I didn't know. She ain't been right since, huh? They replaced her. They replaced her. I did hear about that credit card. There's a Kojima credit card now. How is it like... Can you imagine being like $30,000 in debt on a Kojima credit card? Your life is in shambles because of a Kojima credit card. Is it just like, does it just have like a design he made on it or something? I'm sure he doesn't like make money from it, does he? I know he partnered with a bank or something. I don't know all the details. It sounds like an interesting look into mental health issues. Yeah. And he's certainly not the first character like that. There's been a few, I feel like. Outer space. The experience you had, weren't you dreading this mission? What? No way. Of course not. Even now, I want to go up into space so bad I can barely stand it. I want to shake off the Earth's gravity at escape velocity and spin around weightless. But you have to admit it was pretty harrowing. Weren't you even a tiny bit afraid? I was afraid. Of course I was. Still am. But space is man's final frontier, an unknown world. The cosmic truth is out there waiting for us somewhere. Cosmic truth, huh? I guess there are people looking for the truth in every walk of life. No matter how afraid I am, I'm sure I can manage. If I give in to my fear, I'll never find the truth. As long as I don't give up, I can keep up the fight. One thing's for sure. Mr. Starbuck's passion for space is undeniably the real deal. Got one more. Well, I will say. I just remembered another space-related thing. Something that I thought was very cool, and actually is something that matters and is important. I think I heard that, like, NASA's next round of astronauts are majority women for the first time ever, I think. Let me look it up. Yeah, women outnumber men in NASA's newest astronaut class. So these are like the future astronauts that are gonna go through training. And I think it's the first time. I'm trying to see. I don't want to do false information. God, 10 new astronaut candidates out of 8,000 applicants. Wow. What percentage is that? That's... No. Did I do the math right? It's 0.001%. I think that's right. Oh my god. 0.001% of people that apply to be an astronaut become an astronaut. And even then, these are candidates. So they're not going up into space yet. Oh my god. Yeah, they do 2 years of training before becoming eligible for flight assignments. I think I heard that this class of astronauts might be the first ones to go to Mars in the future. Oh. I'm just kind of skimming over the article. I'll post it in the chat too so y'all can read it. I'm trying to see if I was right that it was the first time. Well, either way. Let me post it in the chat for y'all to read at your leisure. Yeah, it's understandable they're so picky. I'm just like, holy crap. All the people that like want to be astronauts when they're growing up and only 0.001% make it. The credit card probably just has the Kojima Productions logo on it. Yeah, I think it just has the design on it. Imagine if you give Metal Gear a bad review, he personally cancels your card. You like stream the game and you're like, oh, I hate this game. He takes it away. If y'all could, would you go to space? Ooh. Mike. I've always loved space and learning about outer space, planets, moons, everything. It's probably one of the science topics I'm most interested in, just casually. But I am also a total chicken. I'm a total, coward. To put it in a meaner way. I'm a scaredy cat. I don't like going on roller coasters. I don't like flying. I don't even like driving. Like anything that has a potential to be dangerous, it's just, I don't know. I don't like taking risks and doing risky things. I still do them. I still drive. I still fly. I still travel. You know, I mean, I don't let it stop me from doing it. It's just that if I don't have to, I don't want to. You know, like if it were up to me, I wouldn't want to fly ever again. I would just drive everywhere maybe, but I don't know. If I could teleport, I would teleport, you know? So realistically, no, I probably wouldn't take the chance to go to space because I'd be too fucking scared, you know? I would think about all the bad things that could happen and accidents and stuff like that. I mean, God. But I think that going up there and seeing Earth from an outside perspective would be the experience of a lifetime for most people. You know? It can also be very, just like kind of what he was talking about, right? It can make you feel insignificant, like nothing matters. Nihilistic, you know? I think, there was someone, oh my God, I learned about someone famous that went up there and had that experience when he came back down. I think it was, oh my God, was it William Shatner? Hold on. Was it William Shatner? Or was it someone else? No, don't give me the AI shit. Yes, it was. Yeah, William Shatner went to space in 2021, and it filled him with such a deep sadness because of exactly what that character was talking about, where he went up there and saw the Earth from far away. It was actually very depressing. I can't speak to why he felt it was super depressing. I would have to go read an article about what he said exactly, but I don't know. I guess I'd be scared that I would feel a similar way. I mean, when I like go outside when in the middle of the night and look up at the stars and see like, you know, the galaxies and stars and stuff, sometimes that is enough to make me feel like, oh my God, like we're worrying about taxes and politics and the government and all of the money, all of these things that are like such like huge, and they are important, such huge parts of our lives. And then you look up at the sky and there's fucking black holes and cosmos and nebulas and all of that, and we don't even know what's out there like 100%, you know? So it does kind of make you feel like your problems are small. So I guess I'd also be a little worried that if I went up there, I would just feel worse. So my short answer is no, I probably wouldn't, but it's not because I don't like space. If someone else was driving the ship, sure. I don't know how to drive the ship. I would not go unless it was for relocation purposes. I'm fine here, man. How long do y'all think it would take for humanity to actually be able to live on another planet? Like Mars, for instance. I know that was being talked about for a while. I'm not sure that's going to happen in my lifetime. I'm not sure about that. I'm trying not to be negative here. The current situation on this planet is a little concerning. You know, so like, I would hope that at some point we'd be able to do that, but I'm a little worried that we're kind of screwing things up a little too fast here. So, again, I don't want to be negative right now, but oh Lord. Like, I want us to make technological advancements and travel to space more and do space stuff, but I think the issue is that we have to worry about us here too and taking care of what we're living on right now, because there's no guarantee we'll be able to go somewhere else. You know what I mean? I think space research and exploration is very, very important still. It's just we have to do both. We have to take care of where we are right now, and we also should look into being able to explore, you know, what we're surrounded by. Instead of the bank, you're borrowing money directly from Kojima's account. Hundreds to thousands of years. We're not seeing that, right? Like, we're advancing really quickly. Like, especially the last 100 years, we've made so many advancements, but I don't think that's happening anytime soon. Probably not a long time. Terraforming Mars alone is a 500-year process. Yeah. I mean, it's not livable, you know? It's just that that's the closest place we could go, I guess, that could be made livable? I don't know. We gotta worry about this planet, you know? Worry about this one right now. But I think, to me, I always look forward to hearing, like, if we're gonna find life on other planets, even if it's like bacteria. Like, I think they were finding evidence of that. They've been finding evidence of that, like the possibility that they might find something on Mars for a while. So I feel like maybe eventually we'll find something concrete there. I think a lot of people, oh, which planet is it? There's a planet that's frozen ice, and underneath that ice, they estimate that there's water, like a huge amount of water. It's like a whole water planet. Is it Neptune? So they think that if we're able to go explore that and drill into the ice and, you know, get into the water, there might be living organisms there too. I think. Or maybe it was one of the moons? I don't... This is my problem. I don't have a good memory, so I can't even tell you all the accurate information, but I love learning about space stuff. I just can't remember the details. Okay. Anyway, video games, Ace Attorney! The victim, Clay Turan. He was kind of like your protege, wasn't he? Well, it wasn't a big exaggerated deal like master and apprentice or anything like that, but Clay did think of me as his mentor. The mentor and the protege. What a combination they must have been. With his encouragement, I knew I could get over my fear and go back into space. But now... Clay must have been very encouraging, huh? Yeah. It's funny, really. Whenever I'd hear him shout, "You're fine!" I always got the feeling everything really was gonna be just fine. I feel like him saying "you're fine" is important. You're fine. Apollo says I'm fine and you're fine all the time too. And I always feel encouraged too, whenever I hear him shout it. I guess maybe the two friends did that a lot? Yeah, Clay and Apollo were best buds. They used to come visit the Space Center a lot, ever since they were high school kids.
One day out of the blue, Clay even told me he wanted to be my protege. Those two hung around the Space Center so much they were like a part of the staff. One time, during Zero-G training, I started to panic a little bit, and the two of them took turns shouting, "You're fine," over the radio. It was a simple thing, but it was exactly what I needed to hear. So I'm fine and you're fine were like Apollo and Clay's secret phrases, huh? I wish I could ask Apollo more about Clay and their relationship now.
Speaking of Clay, how do you suppose he climbed down the ladder with you over his shoulder?
Sorry, but I can't even begin to imagine.
But he actually did climb down that ladder, so a way has to exist.
From the freedom of space to the walls of a cell. But that prosecutor said the dark night sky isn't half bad through barred windows.
You're fine. Solomon Soul Starbuck is fine. Everything's gonna be alright.
Huh?
And Athena Sykes is fine. Come on, Mr. Wright. You too.
Do I really have to? Phoenix Wright is fine.
I can't hear you!
Phoenix Wright is fine! Yeah, he is.
We'll get you back into space yet, Mr. Starbuck. Believe in your own innocence and have faith in us.
Apollo believed in you wholeheartedly, and that's good enough for me. I believe in you too. Thank you. Thank you, both of you. I'll put my faith in you. And I vow to make it back into space. All I need first is a not guilty verdict. It sure feels nice to reassure ourselves every now and then that we're all fine.
Okay, Mr. Wright. Let's get our investigation of the Space Center started. Pronto!
Good idea. Let's go.
Alright.
December 19, Cosmos Space Center entrance. The little cutout right there. Wow, I was wondering what kind of place this Space Center would be. It almost looks like an amusement park of the future.
Yeah. Did you know they even let the public see their rockets up close?
Is that how someone put a bomb?
Oh, so check it out. Look at how brightly the... how do I say that? Gaiaxa? Logo shines in the sunlight above the entranceway. I really dig the stars and rocket motif it's got going on.
Gaiaxa, huh? Isn't that the new name of the Federal Space R&D program?
Yeah, but why the strange acronym? I mean, what is GYA supposed to stand for? Galaxy?
If that were it, then the whole thing would be something like Galaxy Exploration Agency. Which, if you ask me, I'd have abbreviated to GAXA, or even Gaia.
I guess so. Oh, I know. Maybe the person who came up with the name just really likes the letter Y.
This exchange is beginning to feel oddly like déjà vu.
Anyway, this place is more than just a research facility. It's also a tourist attraction.
Tourist attraction?
Don't make me laugh. It's a monument to the human race!
Galactic scooter, full speed ahead! Oh!
Yikes! Who's this geezer and what's he want?
His scooter! Look upon me and look well. Behold the great power of space science! Pardon me, but you are... My glorious name is Yuri Cosmos, I figured. I am the director of the Cosmos Space Center. The center of the cosmos. We've got segues in Ace Attorney! God, you got Ace Attorneys in Final Fantasy, you got Ace... did I say Ace Attorneys in Final Fantasy? Did I say that just now? Or did I say segues? Yes, you did. Okay. I'm not losing my mind. What are you talking about? I'm not a case study. Huh? What?
Boss, that was pretty groan-inducing. If this person is the Space Center's director, then that means...
Aha! So you were one of the first to discover Clay's body, weren't you?
And who was the first to find the victim? Actually, there were two of them. The Space Center director, Yuri Cosmos, and Detective Candace Arm.
That is correct. I was honored to be the very first man in all of space and time to discover the body. But this talk of the incident, are you by any chance the space police?
You can't tack the word space onto just any old thing, you know. We're Mr. Starbuck's lawyers. We're here to investigate his case.
Oh, and we're Earth lawyers, by the way.
Ah, I see. Yes, I've heard about you. In that case, by my esteemed privilege, I grant you permission to investigate. I trust you are appropriately grateful. Now go ahead, have at it.
I can already tell he's gonna be nothing but trouble.
Don't let him hear you say that, or you'll see what trouble really is. Let's just be professional and ask him about when he found the body, okay? So, as director, what do you do here at the Space Center specifically?
Defend peace across the galaxy and promote space development in this country. No matter what obstacles stand in our way, we keep going for the sake of mankind.
I believe I used the word specifically in my question.
Attention all personnel! To your break stations! Prepare for break!
Oh, I get it. You just wander around and tell people what to do in a self-important manner.
Thank you for the clip, Panda.
That is exactly right. Because I am an important man, my manner is important.
Mr. Wright, this man doesn't get sarcasm.
Well, there's bound to be some people like that, here in the boundlessness of space.
What's that? You want to know what it is that makes me important specifically? Very well, I will tell you. I was the central figure of the Hat 1 project. You may proceed to be appropriately impressed. Go ahead, have at it.
I might be more impressed if I knew what he did for it, specifically. Okay. Okay, so he, Director Cosmos was involved in Hat 1, where defendant got, I'm gonna say traumatized. Okay, because it's not inaccurate to say that. We also got Ace Attorneys and Infant Wealth. Yeah, that was where I was going with the joke. And then I messed it up. I messed it up a little bit. Could you tell us what you know about the incidents from the other day?
I refuse.
What?
Explaining is a job for common people, not the director of the center of the cosmos. Goodbye. Just... My testimony, which will go down in space history, will be heard in the courtroom.
What? So does that mean you'll be taking the stand tomorrow?
That is correct. I will be the most glorious witness in the history of mankind.
I'm not sure if he really understands what being a witness is all about.
Looks like Director Cosmos is the type that only talks about what he wants to talk about.
Then let's at least try to ask him about the things he might be willing to open up about. I'm out of water! Oh my god. Okay, I'm sorry, chat. I don't want to take another break, but I'm literally out of water. Not a drop left. So I'm gonna BRB. I'll be back very soon. I'm just gonna refill my water. Gonna fill my walla. And I'll be back. BRB! Okay. I'm back. Delicious water. I truly can't wait for it to start getting colder so I can start having my tea again during stream. It's starting to get a little more chilly, but it needs to be, like, cold for me to want something warm. Otherwise, I'm just gonna be sweating. Refrains from making a running for office joke. Fishy, your mustache voice is really good. Thank you.
My mustache voice. All men with mustaches sound like this.
Hat 1. The Hat 1 was a rocket that was launched into space 7 years ago, correct? And despite numerous problems, it somehow made its way back home.
I suppose it is part of my job to educate ignorant young folk like you. Very well. I will impart to you the complete story of the Hat 1 project.
Oh, thank you very much.
Hat 1's noble mission was to collect samples from an asteroid, and Mr. Starbuck was the pilot for that flight. Eventually, the Hat 1 reached its planned orbit. From where it launched the Hope probe towards the asteroid belt. From there, the Hope probe began its long, lonely journey into the far reaches of space. Then, after a terrifying struggle, the Hat 1 returned safely to Earth.
That struggle was when the incident known as the Hat 1 miracle occurred, right?
Correct. And it truly was a miracle. Of course, they just had to turn the ordeal into a movie. As for the Hope probe, it did eventually arrive safely at its destination. It obtained a few samples from the asteroid and returned to Earth but a few days ago.
So what kind of samples are they? What's in them? Okay. Alright, let me do a little summary. So the ship went out to get asteroid samples by launching probe to an asteroid belt. Hat 1 miracle occurred when it tried to go back to Earth. Like, everything went wrong. And then the Hope probe just returned to Earth a few days ago. It's gonna be aliens, y'all. The aliens killed him. Okay. So what kind of samples are they? What's in them?
The samples are scheduled for analysis in the near future. We haven't had time since they just came back the day before Terran's murder. Regrettably, we've had no time to inspect the samples due to everything that has occurred. But this puts our space development program ahead of the other countries by several years.
It's quite impressive. I guess this guy isn't just a loudmouthed bragger after all.
In the golden age of space development, our predecessors were successful in bringing a moon rock back. That is the greatest achievement in the history of this space center. The public fell in love with space and all of its glorious potential. A moon rock.
Oh, sorry. A moon rock, huh? I remember that being big.
Our endeavors with the moon rock live on in our work with those asteroid samples. I want to bestow new hopes and dreams for the future upon mankind once again. That is my mission as the man who stands at the center of the cosmos.
I hear there's lots of research into moon rocks and stardust from asteroids these days. They say the results could potentially have a huge impact on all of civilization. It's like we're in a new space race with every other country out there.
What? Bite your tongue! It's not for anything so base as money or politics. It's all for the brilliant future that awaits mankind, and all for my illustrious mission. With the recent budget cuts, my staff tells me finances are tight, but I won't hear it.
I guess even a space program has to watch its budget. There's been budget cuts at the Space Center. By the way, you seem awfully knowledgeable about this kind of thing, Athena. Huh? Oh, well, you know, I thought I'd better brush up for the case. Is that so?
Well, I will be on my way. As you can see, I am a very busy and very important man. Galactic Scooter! Fire up the main engine! Max battle speed and... engage!
That thing's surprisingly fast. It's got boosters. Why was there a Gundam village on my screen? Oh my god. He really does look like that. I guess we'd better get going too. You bet. Let's make it so. What is that? I told y'all there was an alien. That's the alien that did it. You think it's innocent now, but it slithers into their bodies and takes over. It's probably just some video on the screen. December 19, boarding lounge. Oh, there's a seat up there. That's the zero gravity thing. A space seahorse. So, this is where Mr. Turan was murdered. Yeah, this is the lounge. Let's see that diagram the police made again. Right now, we're in the main building here on the right side on the 3rd floor. It is really cute. Clay and Mr. Starbuck fled here from Launchpad 1 after the explosion. You there! No admittance without express permission. We're Mr. Starbuck's lawyers. We've come to investigate. Sorry, nobody gets in without permission. Not even the police superintendent. Can't have Detective Fulbright getting mad at me. So Detective Fulbright is here, huh? Yeah, he's in the Launchpad 1 corridor. Go get clearance from him, and then we'll talk. Leave it to me. I'm great at getting intel out of Detective Fulbright. She really is. Let's see. What trick should I use on him today? I don't know if I should be grateful or afraid. So, to get to Launchpad 1... we just have to go through that door with the blue rocket on it, I think. Wait, that door... it looks awfully familiar. Good eye there, boss. Yeah. This is the door Clay and Mr. Starbuck used during their escape from the launch pad. So that explains it. The fingerprint system has been deactivated, so I think we can just pass through. Now come on, let's go. Okay. Aliens are real, y'all. I would know. I am one. There's an alien in our midst, chat. What do we do? Oh, speaking of aliens, I need to watch the new show. What's it called? Alien Earth or something like that? I need to watch it. I don't remember what it's streaming on. Okay, Launchpad 1 corridor. Oh, a little cleaning robot! So this is it, huh? This is the corridor the two of them used in their escape. Yep, this is the only thing connecting Launchpad 1 with the main building. I see police tape down at the other end. Guess we won't be looking at the launch pad. After the explosion, this whole corridor must have been filled with smoke. And the launch pad itself was probably a sea of flames. Must have been pretty scary for them. Now, where could Detective Fulbright be? Hey, I think that's him over there. What should I do? Which path is the path of justice? He seems to be lost. That's funny. This corridor's a straight shot. Huh? Ah, it's you lawyer people. Welcome to the Space Center. Enjoying a relaxing day off, are you? Here for a little rocket sightseeing? We're here to investigate the scene, same as you. Do you have any info to share? Boss, if he acts at all reluctant to give us information, we hit him with the whatever shall we do act. I'm sure he'll fall for it. Got it? Are we trying to catch the unruly family dog here or something?
Info on the case, huh? Alright. I'll gladly share some with you.
Huh? What just happened? It's 'cause Phoenix got the Riz. Obviously.
Detectives and lawyers, seeking truth and justice side by side. I like it. Just take whatever you want from me, you info bandits. I'm in a generous mood today.
That startled me. I don't know. There's something weird about Detective Fulbright today. Well, we need information, so let's run with it. Phoenix! God. You couldn't hold it for 5 more minutes? If you say so.
The crime scene. Detective Fulbright, could you give us permission to investigate the crime scene?
There's an officer on guard and we can't get in. Whatever shall we do?
That's an easy one. I'll let them know over there to let you in. Investigate to your heart's content. Take a week if you need it. A month even. Shall I have some snacks delivered? One of my men gives a mean neck rub. No. That's okay, but thanks. Definitely not the Fulbright I know.
Detective Fulbright is acting sickeningly sweet. Kinda gross, actually. You think he hit his head or something?
Who knows? Whatever the case, it's making our lives way easier.
This is weird. You were here at the Space Center at the time of the incidents, weren't you, Detective?
That's right! I was here on a security assignment.
The police are required to secure rocket launches now. I didn't know that.
Yeah! Well, you know us. To serve and protect! The explosions occurred while I was here on duty, so I started leading the evacuation.
He's leaving out a lot of details, but okay.
Could you tell us more about what happened? Of course. A bomb went off on the 2nd floor of the main building. Right after that, the one over in Launch Pad 1 also blew sky high. So I immediately instructed the visitors and the employees to evacuate to the shelter.
A shelter?
That's right. There's an evacuation shelter in the basement of the Space Center. It's there for accidents and emergencies and the like.
So where were you when the first bomb went off?
I was on duty on the 4th floor. It was quite the madhouse, I tell you. The elevator wasn't working on account of the explosion. And the stairs on the 2nd floor were destroyed, so we couldn't go that way.
Then wasn't it impossible to get down to the basement shelter?
No. We lowered an emergency ladder from a 4th floor window and escaped that way. It was a folding ladder, so it wasn't very stable, but at least it reached the ground. After I secured the ladder, I left to take another look around for any other survivors. Once everyone else got out safely, I made my way down too and headed to the shelter.
Wow, what an ordeal. But climbing down an emergency ladder kinda sounds fun.
What? I would lose my shit. Thank you for your answers, Detective. They were very helpful. Just a moment. I have some more information to share with you. But don't tell Prosecutor Blackwell, okay?
Wow. And Prosecutor Blackwell usually has you on a short leash, too.
Well, never mind that. I thought you should know that there was a witness.
Oh. Okay, is there anything I should write down? I was wondering why Fulbright was already there. Okay. He says he was on duty at the Space Center at the time of the bombs. Okay, so first the bomb in the main building went off. Then the launch pad. I think that matters. This is right after that, so it's pretty much simultaneous, I guess. I know the music's good, huh? Start the visitors. Okay. He told people to evacuate. He was on the 4th floor. Couldn't use stairs or elevator. Had to use emergency ladder out the window. Okay. Okay. No, not this one. Sorry. I hate when I do this. Sorry, I'm trying to, like, do things quickly and then I misclick. Come on, come on. Okay, the witness. Could you tell us more about this witness? Sure thing. The witness was a Space Center employee who was on the 4th floor. While she was climbing down, she looked through a window into the 3rd floor lounge. So she was looking into the crime scene from the outside. Okay. So we're gonna have the director and this woman who saw the crime scene as she was climbing down the emergency ladder. I don't know if I needed to really write this down, but you never know. That's right! It was just a matter of chance that she saw something important. Not that I know what she saw exactly yet, though. You don't? But that's the most important thing of all. Haha! Don't you worry. I'll get around to interviewing her soon enough. She should still be somewhere here in the Space Center. You might even run into her. A 4th floor employee, huh? Alright. Thanks for the info, Detective Fulbright. Gee, you sure are being cooperative, Detective. A little too cooperative, even. Yes, well... Actually, something you can't talk about? Yes, something like that. Anyway, never mind. Don't worry about me. Well, I'll be on my way now. He's acting different. What was that all about? Something's definitely going on. I'm gonna get it out of him the next time I see him. Okay, I'm not so sure he'll talk about it, though. Well, we have permission to investigate now. Let's head back to the boarding lounge. There's that seahorse. It is very cute. Ah, you two. Detective Fulbright's granted you permission to investigate. He also said I should bring you some snacks or give you a neck rub too, if you want. That's alright, but thank you for the offer. Well, time to roll up our sleeves and start investigating. Let's see. Where's that diagram again? So this lounge is on the 3rd floor of the main building. According to Apollo, this is where he believes a third party killed his friend. Well, let's stop the recap and start looking for traces of this third person. You read my mind. We'll make that our first priority. There's just one problem. This room. It's just so big.
Don't worry, we can use this to help us.
A Space Center pamphlet for tourists?
Yep, I picked it up at the entrance. The maps inside should come in handy. Let's see. Yep, here it is. A map of the lounge.
Hey.
This is the door we went through to talk to Detective Fulbright.
Oh yeah, that's the door with the fingerprint recognition lock. I guess this map will make things a little easier. A pamphlet for visitors to the Space Center includes a diagram of the lounge.
Yeah, no more excuses. Let's track down the third person.
Wait, there's just one more thing.
Didn't you already say one more thing?
What's that strange creature moving around outside the window?
Oh, boss, it's just a holographic image.
Oh, yeah, I knew that. That's a relief.
There should be a button somewhere in this room to turn the image on and off. That's what it says in the pamphlet, anyway.
The only reason you're so eager to start is so that you can push that button, isn't it? And what's wrong with that? Let's just look for the button while you were looking for clues. Alright, fine. Let's get investigating. Alright. Well. I'm trying to decide if we should keep going or not. My voice is a little bit shot from yesterday still, so I kind of am already starting to feel it. So I feel like I should probably save my voice for tomorrow. And even though we're in the middle of investigation... Let me take a sip. I know I just refilled my water and everything, but like I feel it anyway. So, I think we'll just stop here. I hate stopping in the middle of things. Another one. My God. Oh. But, I guess we'll just finish the investigation tomorrow. See how far we are. Take another sip. I imagine since I've already been doing this for like an hour, I'll probably finish the investigation kind of early tomorrow. It's usually about 3 hours, so I'm probably gonna have to start the case. But I don't know, because I don't know if I'm gonna finish up day 2 of the trial with only like a couple hours. So I'm gonna have to kind of like figure out what I want to do tomorrow. If I want to like just finish up this and then move on next week or something. I don't know. But either way, I need to stop here for sure. If your parts are saying you're tired, then listen to them. My parts. No, I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I'm gonna go now. And yeah, I was screaming a lot yesterday, so it was a lot. But yeah, I'm gonna go. I'll be back tomorrow with more of this game, more Ace Attorney, more... That was from my part. Sorry, I dropped it. Ah, silly me. Sorry, I'm gonna go now. I'll be back at 9:30 tomorrow with more Ace Attorney. There's my social media if you want to follow me other places. This stream will eventually be on YouTube. I'm very behind with editing and uploading, but it will be up eventually. But yeah, either way, I appreciate y'all being here. Thank you so much for putting up with my antics and hanging out with me. I appreciate y'all very, very much. And I will see y'all next time. Good night. Bye-bye.